Okay then, right, been a couple of days since the last video, and I was running out of ideas of what to do, what to talk about, so I just thought I'd do a DVD review. I haven't seen too many people talk about this DVD, and that's the reason why I'm going to do it. You know, it's amazing. Of Van Damme, one of a kind. Came out a while ago, but as I said, I haven't seen too many people talk about it. Most people, when it comes to DVDs, and came out about this time, talk about, you know, the rise and fall of ECW, which is a great DVD by the way. But yeah, thought I'd talk about this one. Rob Van Dam, one of a kind. We'll get into it then. Starts off 1993. This is Pat Rose. Not much of a match. I think it's just, you know, his mainstream America debut. Before that, you get him talking about Japan and what it's like to wrestle and the difference between Japanese crowd and American crowd. So he talks about this was his first major experience after coming back from Japan. So you get that, you get a match against Scotty Flamingo, who is Raven, and that was really interesting because the Raven character is phenomenal for me, and to see that guy being anything other than Raven was interesting, but he did Scotty Flamingo quite well. That again is 93. We then skip on to 1996, which is the ECW debut, Axel Rotten, Hardcore TV. Yeah, again, it's a decent match, and it's interesting the other crowd being slightly anti Rob Van Dam, you know, because they didn't know who he was. You know, it was just a chance of like rip his ass Axel and that sort of thing. They were very pro Axel Rotten, but in all fairness to Hat Guy, it shows how much of a smart fan Hat Guy was, because he knew who RVD was, and he was excited to have him in ECW anyway. And you know, it's him talking about before that match, Van Dam, no, not Hat Guy, him talking about, you know, how he thought, well, there's so many things that he could do that a lot of these guys in ECW couldn't, and he could bring that in. Also talking about how, you know, he'd have to adapt his style for hardcore wrestling, and how I do a spin kick, so I know what, I'll spin kick a chair into the guy's face, and that would become the Van Daminator, and so on and so forth. We then get my minor gripe with this DVD is we get 2 Sabu matches, 2 Jeff Hardy matches, and 2 Jerry Lynn matches. We get all that, and yet they don't put the Jeff Hardy SummerSlam ladder match on you, which is annoying because it's one of my favourite matches ever, that match, and I absolutely loved it. It's better the Invasion match than they put on you, and you know, didn't need to put 2 Sabu matches and 2 Jerry Lynn matches on you. If you're going to put 2 Jeff Hardy matches on you, at least put the best one on you. Anyway, maybe that's just my opinion more than anything else. So yeah, we get the 2 Sabu matches, they're interesting. One of them's an alternate commentary, and I think it's the other match is the one when the ropes are broke, and it's just them trying to deal with that. You can see with the frog splash how much he had to push up because he didn't get anything off the ropes. Sabu doing a triple jump moonsault, you could see how much he was focusing doing that. He did get right off in. We then get possibly the best match in the DVD. I know he always says that the Jerry Lynn matches are his best matches, the Bam Bam Bigelow match is a great match, the Jeff Hardy match is a good match, and the Christian Ladder match is a great match. But for me, possibly the best one on here, Sabu and RVD versus the Eliminators, and it's phenomenal. This really was a good match. 1997, and I think it was for the tag titles. The Eliminators anyway were mad over in this match, seriously, and some of the stuff they were pulling off. The total elimination when Van Dam and Sabu were on the ladder was amazing. I can't speak to it. RVD and Sabu have always got some cool tandem offense as well. I think they hit the leg drops of the table in this, and quite surprisingly, considering this RVD's DVD, he gets beat with total elimination. That's how the match ends. It was a great match. The Eliminators are really over, and yeah, almost worth the price of the DVD. That match, it was a really good match. Then we get Lance Storm by Illegal. Lance Storm's ridiculous chair shot. He speaks before this as well. He speaks about how he had spoke to Eric Bischoff about going to WCW. He speaks about how he's pissed at ECW, pissed at Paul Heyman, but how Paul let him have the creative freedom when they'd worked things out to go out there and say, well look, you can now watch me on Monday nights and that sort of thing. You know, I can go make a living elsewhere, whatever he says. You know, and basically try and get over his legitimate heel, which he did. Then we get the Jeff Hardy match when he goes to Raw, you know, and beats Jeff Hardy, who at this stage was still a jobber. Yeah, so that's just a squash match with, you know, when King debuts Mr. Monday Night. So yeah, interesting just to see an ECW guy wrestling on Raw and winning against a WWE guy. I think was the whole point why they put this on. Anyway, we then get Tommy Dreamer in November to November. This was Flag v Flag, WWE vs ECW, WWF. Getting it's Fonzie at ringside, entertaining. Bam Bam Bigelow, told you I couldn't speak. Bam Bam Bigelow, the start of the 23 months title reign, and the two dives into the crowd. Biggest thing I can say about this is my brother watched this match with me. My brother is not a wrestling fan at all, and whenever he does watch wrestling, he laughs at it. He thinks it's funny. He wasn't laughing at those two dives in the crowd. You know, his jaw at the floor and that, and there is some really quality stuff in that. Bam Bam Bigelow was a beast. And Van Dam, being as athletic as he is, it's a good match. Again, contender for best match, that and Sabu and RVD against the Eliminators. Anyway, we get the first Jerry Lynn match, and again you get Van Dam almost marking out over his own matches here. Before it, him talking about how much he enjoys working against Jerry Lynn, and I was said to him, right, I've never seen you wrestle before, show me what you're all about. He would say, go watch a Jerry Lynn match. After that we get a Balls Mahoney match, and that's on Ultimate Commentary with Paul Heyman. Bit of a mutual love society this, you know. Paul Heyman saying, well, you know, you were this over, I had no problem putting a TV title match in the main event and the world title match in the mid card, you know, and like Van Dam saying, you know, praising him for doing that and whatever. So yeah, the Ultimate it's interesting though, and it's a good match again, in the crowd, out the crowd, ECW style match. Another Jerry Lynn match, Guilty as Charged, the big return when you think he's going to face Rhino. Rhino runs away. I think that's that. Anyway, that might be on the extras actually. Could be talking through my arse, so I need to see now. No, that is then. That is the match, Guilty as Charged. Yeah. When you think he's going to face Rhino, it would be a dream match. Rhino runs off, he ends up facing Jerry Lynn. Does the Van Terminator with oh god, I forgot his name. Joel Gertner. Joel Gertner holding the steel chair for the Van Terminator. So again, it's a good match. Get Jeff Hardy in Invasion, which again is a cool match. Jericho, King of the Ring. It's interesting. You don't get to see any of the final when he loses to Brock Lesnar. Might have been nice to put on, yeah. And then another contender to be the best match on this, which is the Christian match on Raw. Ladder match when Christian was the IC champ. In this match though, you're just thinking, why isn't this on a pay-per-view? Because it was that good. Fair play to Christian Cage, kind of a very good match. Extras on you, we'll check them out for you now. Right, before the Superstar, all this is like WWE.com stuff you don't really need to see. Frog Splash, that's good though. Him and Eddie Guerrero compare their frog splashes and their overall styles. The thing there, looking RVD toys are being made, don't need to see that. Fancy match, RVD for Jimmy Superfly Snuka. A lot of guys talking about this, about who they think would win, who'd be the fan favourite. They put Superfly over. They say he'd win. Van Dam would have been a fan favourite. I think it's the saving grace of saying that he'd have lost. Not a lot else then. We get RVD's favourite WrestleMania moments, two RVD promo type things, the making of a video for the band to do his intro song, don't you see that. Invasion promo, I love the Invasion promo, so it was always worth watching. And again, yeah, they just tell you then about the talk you through how to get to the Ultimate Commentary and whatever. So overall, in the final 20 odd seconds now, so if you want a out of 10 rating for RVD One of a Kind, I would say I'd give it an 8, solid 8. Guy left a comment on play.com about this saying, don't bother buying 3 or 4 DVDs trying to look for great matches, just get this. And it is. If you haven't got it in your collection, it is definitely worth having. RVD One of a Kind, 8 out of 10. I'm out.